Adorable, Lost in Time, written by Frankcubed Hernandez.
In a pot, a dead rose rests on the windowsill. Suddenly, the swinging kitchen door burst open. A 5-year-old girl with brown hair and hazel eyes runs in with arms outstretched, pretending to fly. Effortlessly, she leaps into the air and grabs onto the spinning ceiling fan. This is Allona Abrams.
Whee! Whoa!
A 76-year-old woman with tiny squinty eyes rocks in her rocking chair. A slight breeze passes through her fluffy white hair and the wind chime hanging nearby. The pleasant jingle grabs her attention. This is Granny Abrams. Granny ceases her rocking when a child with a wild, hungry look on her face runs by. A child sitting on a skateboard pulled by a giant slobbering dog rolls by. Following them is a set of identical triplets hopping a giant jump rope in tandem. And trailing behind is a large mass of kids all screaming with joy.
The ice cream man.
Granny rocks the chair back and forth, gathering momentum to lunge onto her feet. Her joints crack like old floorboards.
These old bones.
Granny grabs her walker and begins walking with the shortest and slowest steps ever recorded in history. Allona releases her grip from the ceiling fan and lands atop the kitchen sink counter.
Whoa!
Allona shakes her head, quickly snapping out of the dizzy.
Time for water, Mr. Plant.
She turns the faucet on full blast and grabs the sink gun.
Hope you're thirsty.
Next to the dead rose, Granny's face suddenly appears through the kitchen window. She taps on the glass, grabbing her granddaughter's attention.
The ice cream man is here.
Allona slides open the window, allowing a music box renditions of Sailing, Sailing to waft in. Her eyes fill with silent enthusiasm.
Better hurry, or I'm going to beat you to the truck.
Allona quickly turns off the water before jumping off the counter. She releases the sink gun, allowing it to recoil back in its dock and leaves the kitchen. Allona runs past the open front door. Through the screen, Granny can be seen walking towards the edge of the porch.
Oh, my victory will be sweet.
Allona dashes up the stairs. Walls are plastered with posters of superpowered heroes. The floor, littered with action figures and comics. Allona bursts in. She dives under her bedsheets and emerges in full superhero costume. Pink and yellow are the colors. Her waist-length cape drapes over the shoulders. An A and a D insignia marks the belt buckle. A mask lays over her eyes, concealing her identity. Allona sticks her head out the window, checking left and right. Ensured the coast is clear, she leaps out the second-story window, diving headfirst. Allona falls into a bush that sits next to the porch steps.
As sweet as the very ice cream.
The shrub shakes from within, a bike bell rings. From the bush, Allona bursts free, riding a pink and yellow bicycle adorned with glittery stickers, twinkling tassels, and training wheels. She pedals away.
That I will soon partake.
From the left, Allona zips by the group of children sprinting towards the sweet siren song of the ice cream man. The ridiculous speed unbraids hair and knocks hats off heads.
For ice cream!
Quick as a blink, Allona returns from the right. Hair gets rebraided and hats return to their owners' heads.
I got ice cream!
Granny is inches away from the edge of the porch.
Write about this day in your diary, dear. A date that will go down in history as I, Hot Wad Granny, defeated a slur.
I win again, Granny.
Nah.
Back in civilian clothes, Allona stands triumphant, one foot perched on her bike seat, the other planted on the ground.
Aw, don't be sad, Grandma.
She proudly presents an ice cream sandwich.
I got you crunchy pistachio.
Granny smiles. My favorite.
I'll get my teeth.
An ongoing tally written on a small hanging chalkboard. Under Granny's name is 0. Under Allona's name, too many to count.
I'll win tomorrow.
Granny erases Allona's score and draws an infinity sign. On a couch, Allona eats her ice cream sandwich. A ring of melted ice cream surrounds her lips.
Oh, goodness. You're messy.
We pan to the left. Granny is revealed, and it appears more ice cream has found a home on her face than in her belly.
There's even cookie crumbles on your shirt.
Granny points towards Allona's left shoulder. Once Allona looks down, Granny taps Allona's chin with her finger and then pokes her nose like an elevator button.
Boop. Got you again.
A smile is shared. Oh no! Professor Monkey's banana bots have trampled the orphanage!
The
The
show's
show's
back
back
on.
Both Allona and Granny pick up action figures matching the characters displayed on the television screen. Allona has Sidekick and Granny has Super. They hold their action figures up towards the television, matching the movements of the animated action heroes. It appears so. Golly, Super! How can we fix this? I think if I use my super speed to fly around the Earth opposite its natural rotation, I can reverse time and change history.
Whoa, is that possible?
I suppose anything's possible when you have super speed.
Allona bobs her sidekick action figure up and down as if speaking through the piece of plastic. Granny does the same with her super action figure. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Commercial.
Jinx.
Jinx.
Double jinx. Darn!
Together they laugh.
You go wash your face. I'll make us a fort.
Aki.
Allona uses the reclining feature on the couch to spring herself to the floor and runs up the stairs. Allona fills the sink with water.
Wash it good now.
I will.
She pulls her headband back and dunks her face into the basin, shaking her head while making motorboat sounds. Allona comes down, hopping 2 stairs at a time.
Did I make it back in time?
No answer.
Granny?
Allona looks at the empty pillow fort atop the couch. She becomes suspicious when she spots the super action figure heroically posed on the coffee table.
So you wanna play ninja, huh?
Allona pulls her headband over her nose and mouth, creating a makeshift ninja mask. She ninja steps over to the dining table and pulls off the cover.
Hiya!
Granny isn't there. A set of billowing curtains catch Allona's eyes. She wraps herself in the tablecloth and slumps to the ground. Like a caterpillar, Allona wriggles towards the curtain. When close, she erupts from her cloth cocoon and latches high onto the curtain strings, pulling them down with her weight.
Shazam!
No Granny behind the curtains, just an open window and a gentle breeze. The swinging kitchen door shifts in and out, revealing a glimpse of Granny's walker within.
I've looked all over the house and can't find Granny. Maybe she decided to run away to Pony Island.
Allona seals her body against the wall and slinks towards the kitchen door.
Or maybe she flew to a galaxy far, far, far away.
Allona cartwheels into the kitchen. We push in close on the swinging door, getting a glimpse of Granny's walker laying on its side and the dead rose splayed across the floor.
Granny?
Radio messages broadcast in the background. Allona sits under the pillow fort, her face illuminated by the rolling siren lights. No other family?
Correct. The station couldn't find any next of kin.
Allona digs deep into the granny-built fort. The comforting confines of blankets and pillows protect Allona from the reality outside.
I'll call the social worker to place her in immediate foster care.
Allona picks up her sidekick action figure.
Golly, Super, how can we fix this?
She stares at the super action figure lying face up on the couch. It looks back at her with a blank stare. Hesitantly, Allona picks him up.
I think if I use my super...
Alona's voice cracks as her eyes well and her throat ceases. A deep breath is taken.
I think if I use my super speed to fly around the Earth, opposite its natural rotation, I can reverse time and change history.
Allona bursts free from her blanket barrier. She jumps over the head of Police Officer 2 and crawls between Police Officer 1's legs.
Hey!
Allona jumps off the porch and lands on her bike.
Come back!
She pedals away from Granny's house. A police car with active sirens chase Allona down the street.
Stop your vehicle and pull over.
Allona ignores the commands and continues to pedal, gaining speed with every revolution.
Don't be messy with ice cream.
Through the windshield, Allona is seen pulling away.
How's she doing that?
Doesn't matter. Just pull even. And turn off that siren. With its siren off, the police car catches up with Allona.
Please stop, Allona. We're trying to help.
I can't stop.
Why not?
'Cause I gotta save Granny!
Allona pedals faster, so fast the police car can't keep up. The environment distorts. A sonic boom ripples through the air as Allona rockets off. The Earth, a pink and yellow streak, circles around the globe, over and over and over. With gritted teeth, Allona continues to pedal. The tassels on her bike rip off, the stickers peel, and the paint melts. Her feet are a blur. Electricity weaves around the bike tires. Beams of light and echoes of sound fly past. Suddenly, she hears sailing, and stops. Allona's bike has returned to its former pristine state, and 2 ice cream sandwiches are in her hands.
Looks like you win again.
Allona looks up to find Granny standing atop her porch, the sun shining bright behind her.
Granny?
That's me.
It worked!
Allona jumps off her bike and gives Granny a big bear hug.
Ooh, I guess those vitamins work, huh?
We pull back and see Allona has lifted Granny off of her feet.
Yeah, good vitamins. Here's your ice cream.
I'll get my teeth.
Sitting on the couch, Allona daintily eats her ice cream sandwich with a knife and fork.
Everything all right?
Granny enters with a tray of iced tea on her walker, her face messy with ice cream.
Everything is perfectly normal.
Despite her face being completely clean, Allona dabs the corners of her mouth with a napkin.
If you say so. Here's some iced tea.
Allona throws manners out the window and grabs the pitcher of iced tea and starts chugging away.
Thirsty, are you?
Granny takes a seat on her walker seat while Allona continues to gulp.
What you do? Bike around the world?
Bike around the world? That's a good one, Granny.
Allona releases a monstrous belch that rolls Granny atop her walker back into the kitchen. Pots and pans clang together, dogs bark, and car alarms are set off.
Can I have some more?
Sure, I can make some more.
Lots more. Please?
Another pan hits the ground. Granny sits on her walker while Allona sits on the couch surrounded by empty pitchers, cups, and a guzzler helmet. The sound of empty slurping is drawn from Allona's dual straws.
Ah.
Allona slouches onto the couch and pats her protruding tummy. She quickly realizes that was a mistake with an uh-oh face. She crosses her legs. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Commercial. Better head to the bathroom.
Allona shuffles on the carpet, performing a jig.
Don't need to.
So you're just dancing for fun?
Yep.
Her dancing becomes more erratic.
If you say so. Boy, this iced tea sure is thirst quenching. Yep, nothing more satisfying than iced tea poured slowly.
Granny raises the pitcher higher so the stream of tea splashes down into the cup even louder.
Slowly.
Allona starts to shake.
Very, very slow. Like a gentle babbling brook.
Allona begins to vibrate, yearning to urinate.
Be right back.
She runs up the stairs.
Don't go anywhere.
Gets some every time.
Granny continues slowly filling her cup. The sound of splashing iced tea is deafening. An uh-oh face suddenly appears on Granny's face.
Darn it.
Granny grabs her walker and rolls away. A toilet flushes, soon followed by the sound of footsteps.
I'm coming back. I saved time by not washing my hands.
The swinging kitchen door creaks open. Reluctantly, Allona peeks behind the kitchen door and sees the dead rose on the floor. From the porch, Allona jumps onto her bike and pedals down the driveway.
Don't get messy with ice cream. Don't drink the tea.
Allona wildly swings a pillow in each hand, spreading feathers all about.
Boy, that was some pillow fight, eh, Granny?
The feathers fall to the ground, revealing Allona is all alone. The swinging kitchen door creaks open. Allona walks down every porch step and pedals down the driveway.
Don't eat ice cream, no drinking tea, and no pillow fight.
With head down, Allona knits. Her tongue sticks out in concentration.
Done.
In front of her face, she proudly holds up a knitted, misshapen, four-fingered, two-thumb glove.
What do you think, Granny?
Allona looks over the glove to find herself talking to an empty chair. The swinging kitchen door creaks open. Allona uses the banisters to help walk down the steps.
Say no to ice cream.
She labors to swing her legs over her bike.
Iced tea?
Allona begins to pedal, struggling with every revolution.
Pillow fights? And knitting. I remember this being easier.
Exerting great effort, Allona walks from her bike to deliver an ice cream sandwich to Granny.
Here's your ice cream. It's your favorite.
Allona hands over the frozen treat before taking a header into the ground. Granny enters with Allona draped over her walker. Allona gasps for air with tongue hanging out.
Did you not sleep well last night?
Allona answers with big bags hanging below her eyes.
I did.
Granny pulls a switch on her walker that dumps Allona onto the couch like a sack of potatoes.
But your eyes are so droopy.
No, they're not.
With her fingers, Allona spreads apart her eyelids.
See?
Her bloodshot eyes bulge from their sockets.
Maybe you should take a nap.
Don't be silly, Grandma. I've never had more energy.
Allona drifts into sudden sleep. Granny takes off her shawl and places it over her sleeping granddaughter. Granny starts to roll away when her walker wheel makes the tiniest of squeak that snaps Allona from slumber.
Where are you going?
Just to the kitchen?
I'll go with you.
No, you stay here, sleepyhead.
Okay. Only if you stay here too.
Like a beached walrus, Allona rolls herself across the couch.
Come.
She weakly pats the seat cushion next to her.
I warmed it for you.
Well, I can't turn down that offer.
Granny stands back towards the couch, then falls onto her seat like a freshly chopped tree.
Oh, you did warm it up. Feels like I'm sitting on fresh baked bread.
Heroic theme music plays from the television.
It's time for the adventures of Super and Sidekick!
The show's starting.
Yay.
In an instant, Allona falls dead asleep. Granny places the sidekick action figure within Alona's arms. She then grabs her super figure and poses him heroically on the coffee table. Granny grabs her walker and stands from the couch. She takes a look at Allona and smiles before rolling away. Allona curls up into a ball and snores. On the couch, Allona sleeps.
And this concludes today's television broadcast.
Test lines appear on the television. Their buzzing sound stirs Allona awake.
Granny?
The kitchen door creaks open.
Oh, no.
She attempts to walk, but her legs refuse to cooperate.
Come on, legs. Granny needs you.
She proceeds to manually lift her legs with her arms. After a few steps, she crumples like a marionette with cut strings. Allona tries to stand, but her spaghetti legs buckle and fall.
I have to go back.
Allona starts crawling on the ground. She uses her hands to claw and her chin to pull herself forward while her useless legs drag behind.
I have to save Granny.
Her arms suddenly give out. Her face hits the floor. Face down against the floor, Allona starts blinking, using her eyelashes to drag forward. Every bit of energy is squeezed from her tiny body until it can give no more.
I'm sorry, Granny. I tried. But no matter what I do, no matter what I did, I couldn't stop it from happening.
Oh, it's all right, dear.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. And don't argue with your granny.
Allona opens her eyes to find Granny standing above her, dressed in her Sunday's best. A sudden burst of energy grants Allona the strength to leap into the air, arms outstretched, ready to deliver the biggest hug ever. But instead, Allona passes right through Granny and smushes face first into the couch.
Whoops. I should have mentioned that. It appears I can turn it off and on, though.
Granny picks Allona up.
See?
But then Allona phases through Granny's arms and falls fanny first to the floor.
Sorry.
She holds out a helping hand, which Allona carefully accepts.
Guess I need more practice.
Are you
Granny, yes. Granny Ghost. Although I prefer Spirit, because it sounds cooler. But Granny Spirit just doesn't roll off the tongue.
But that means you're dead.
Allona's face fills with sadness.
Oh, come on now. It's nothing to be sad about. Dying is a part of living. It's a natural thing that happens to all living things. It happened to the rose. It happened to me. And many years from now, it will happen to my superpowered granddaughter.
You know I'm adorable?
Of course I do. Who do you think gave you the snazzy costume?
I thought it was a gift from Santa.
Oh, it was. But I made it.
Granny looks over at the clock. With every gong, her visibility phases in and out of existence.
Looks like I gotta go.
Go where?
Everywhere, I suppose.
With her walker, Granny turns to walk away.
I'm going to miss you, Granny.
And I'm gonna miss you too. But I'll never truly be gone as long as you keep me right here.
Granny points towards Alona's heart. As soon as Allona tilts her head down, Granny taps her chin and presses down on Alona's nose like an elevator button.
Boop. Got you again.
A silent smile is shared. With her walker, Granny rolls to the front door and swings it open. The sun is just starting to peek over the horizon, filling the room with bright white light. Granny tosses her walker to the ground and, without strain or pain, walks out to the porch. She looks back and winks.
Up, up, and away.
Granny leaps into the air and begins to fly. A sudden breeze knocks her into a tree.
I'm all right.
Granny phases out of the tree. Angry birds peck at her before she shoos them away.
That breeze was stronger than I thought. Here I go now.
Granny begins to fade into the atmosphere.
Bye-bye, Allona.
Bye-bye, Granny.
The end.